Alrighty, guys, we're here on another episode of the Hardwired podcast. Today we got Mr. Chacon. What's up, man?
What's going on, Diego?
Here on this rainy Sunday, huh?
Yeah.
We got like a week of rain, it feels like.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, guys. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Yeah. First tattoo artist.
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
Neta?
Yeah. We had a barber on here. Kind of similar, but most people are into like real estate or such.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty interesting.
Sick, man. Something a little bit different for the crowd, right?
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
So, like, first question we always ask, like, how'd you get started? Like,
Okay.
were you always a creative, I guess is the word?
I would always draw and sketch. A lot of it had to do with my mom. She would take us to the laundromat, and there was a dude outside the laundromat always doing caricatures. Is that the way to say it?
What is that?
Caricatures?
Caricatures?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
See, I'm paisa, bro. Nah. So yeah, little bodies, big heads.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
overly exaggerated nose and
Yeah.
vice versa. But
At the laundromat?
yeah, so like right outside.
In Lindsay?
No, I'm from the Bay Area.
Oh, shit.
This was in Richmond. So outside the laundromat, this guy would be out there just taking tips. You know what I mean? And to me, like him seeing draw these people, getting their expressions, I thought that was like super cool. You know, like making people happy with just drawings. You know.
Yeah.
So long story short, the guy ended up passing away. So my mom's like, "Hey, let's go to the dollar store that's right next to it." And she bought me a sketchbook and you know, different types of pencils and stuff like that. And she would say like, "Hey, you see that Virgen right there? Draw it. You see that flower that's outside? Draw it." You know what I mean? So I think it was like that, already trying to like test me like, "Hey, can you draw that?" You know? So I think that's what really started it, you know? Also being in the Bay, there was a lot of graffiti involved and stuff like that. I never did the graffiti myself, but I was inspired by my cousins. They would always be tagging on the walls. They'd always build like these boards in their backyard or tag up the whole back fence and then repaint it, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like art has always been like around me, you know? So
And growing up, you stuck with it and you,
yeah, dude. So check this out. I used to be in a metal band in high school. I was going actually to Strathmore High School, graduated in 09, but around 08, I started a band in Lindsay.
Damn.
All right.
what's it called?
It was called Murder Miss Misery. Crazy, bro. I had long hair up to my shoulders. You know what I mean? So yeah, and then I met my wife Erica there. I was in that band, and the drummer of this other band called The Sudden Tragedy, he was actually tattooing in his garage at the time. He was like, "Hey, bro, I just started tattoos. Like, let me do a banger on you." Dude. And actually the first one that I got was this 510, because I'm from the Bay Area. So yeah.
Sick.
Like everybody gets their area code.
You were like, hell
it's
yeah.
kind of like cringy, like getting 559 or something, you know? But
And you were just like, damn, this is badass.
yeah, I was just like, as soon as I got that first tattoo, I was hooked. Like, you know what? Like, hit me up with another banger next week and next week and next week, you know? And after that, I felt like it just, I said, you know what? I'm going to get into tattooing, because he kept bugging me like, "Your drawings are good, man. You should probably pick up a tattoo machine." But for me, it's like the responsibility to like do this on somebody and it's permanent. It's not going to come off, you know? So I felt like, screw that. Like, I'm not going to do that, you know? So.
And so when you actually ended up just getting a machine?
No, actually, he had gave me one.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Shout out to Rico Fernandez. He's the one who really like put this in my head to do, you know? Yeah, he gave me a machine, man. And it sat in my room probably for like 3 months, man. And one day I got super like hammered, drank a lot with the buddies. And I just started going to town on the orange. You know what I mean? I started tattooing the orange, and I was like, man, I don't think this is what tattooing feels like. I threw the orange across the room, and didn't even think of like cleanliness. I didn't know anything about like cross contamination or anything, you know. So I went directly on my leg. Boom. And I remember that thing just got super swollen. It got like infected,
Damn.
you know. Who knows what was in that orange, but
So how do people practice a tattoo for real? Because I would imagine it's not really like drawing. So how did you just like straight up just raw dog it on somebody?
yeah, I feel like I mean the correct way would be get an apprenticeship, you know, and where you have a mentor that actually shows you this stuff, whether on fake skin, the synthetics.
Oh, there's actually like fake skin like that?
Yeah, there's like little like I want to say like half inch or quarter-inch sheets. But I feel like that stuff does not feel like skin because if you rely on making it look good on that stuff, you can easily mess up on that.
Do you think anybody who's really good at drawing can just pick up a tattoo gun and like pick it up really quick?
I don't think so.
Or do you think even like the other way around, somebody really good at tattooing is like not really a good drawer?
Yes, there's both.
Really?
There's both.
So it's like completely separate.
Yeah. There's a lot of artists that probably just don't know how to draw something on command or design something on command and be able to translate that into a tattoo. I feel like in order for you to be successful at tattooing, you're gonna need to be able to know the fundamentals as far as like how to do like contour on a face or a flower, whatever it is. And because sometimes that stencil erases, and if you don't know how to draw, you got to improvise, man. You got to be able to finish that tattoo and make it look proper. And if you're relying on a stencil,
You can't
screwed.
You can't put it back on.
Correct.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't lay that stencil right where its original location was.
So then what, you just like said, fuck, I'm going to try to practice some more and more?
Yeah. So pretty much like once I got into tattooing, started fucking up all my friends around the hood, you know, like during high school, after high school, every time my parents would be gone from work, I'd be tattooing them in my room. They were super against it, bro, at first, you know, but yeah, man, that's a trial and error, man. You gotta.
And then you just got better and better. And then when I find out about you, you were already big. Like they were like, hey, dude, this guy's the shit. Like you need to go to this guy. And then I go to your page and you're like, books open fucking in 6 months. And I'm like, what the fuck? This guy's like freaking in high demand. Like your books were like super narrow. And then you were able to get me in. But talk about that, like your schedule, how you have like such a high demand.
So do you want me to talk about leading into it? Or,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's because it kind of correlates into like how this works now. So I got an apprenticeship actually in Porterville, and he made me kind of like, make sure I upkeep the shop, and then he would teach me some things and be able to watch him. I would start, he started me out as like doing small little bangers, like little names and stuff like that. Once my line work got solid, and I thought I had enough clientele, so I quit my corporate job, at a home improvement store. And nah, man, stuff started getting a little hard, man, like cars getting repoed, you know what I mean? Went through some hardship stuff right there. And I remember one of my clients tipped me $100. I went and bought groceries, and $30 left. I went to Office Depot, Office Max, whatever it is. I made a bunch of copies of Instagram that I just had made. And I remember that printer did not stop printing, bro. It was like, man, that was God right there. That was his blessing right there. So they gave me a big old stack, more than what $30 was for sure, Mm-hmm. Dude, kudos to my wife. She helped me just go everywhere, posting on soda machines, laundromats.
What did it say?
Chacon tattoos, and I had like 4 badass pieces at the time,
and that was, you were with your apprentice position over there at another shop?
Yeah,
in Porterville?
yeah, I was still apprenticing there, so I was just putting the shop on the map, not putting them on the map, but trying to like promote it,
So how that works just like a barber, like where you have like a little area there, and then you're just paying rent to be there, and then you
Right.
have your own clients come in and.
Correct. And sometimes if they were busy, like especially if a group of people wanted to get little small tattoos or
Then you
whatever,
can hop in and do it.
yeah, yeah. But I would have to go based on the shop's direction or who was there first, you know, because it was kind of like first one in the door gets the priority, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah,
But then you started getting even better and better and better, and more people were looking for to get work done by you.
yeah. So the thing after the papers, bro, after I did that day, I put my information, my phone number at the time there, and they I woke up the next morning with about like 30, 40 messages. Bro.
Damn.
And
Nice.
then after that day, I kid you not, I haven't stopped working because I felt like I had my first and last impression, you know, to the client. So I feel like now that I open and close the books, it's the way it works is like, okay, I'll book myself 4 days out of the week. I'm starting to limit myself to 3 days out of the week, but I will fill up 3 months of security and have wiggle room in between to get any follow-up appointments in between. So now when I fill that up, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot to not be able to attend to certain expos from the sponsors or any other artists I want to collaborate and stuff like that.
So your books, they're like 3-month periods, and then once you open them, how fast do those fill up?
Probably like 3 days.
Damn.
Yeah, 3 days.
And then most of these pieces are like the full day pieces.
Full day or half day. So I try to just focus on one piece a day, like, and that's it, because I feel like all the attention of that tattoo should be going just
To
for
that
that
piece.
one, you know.
How long is a session usually last?
It's between 6 and 12 hours. It depends on the project.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just mentioned collaborating. So
Yeah.
how does that go?
So the collaborations is between either 2, 3, 4 artists. Who knows? You know,
Damn.
nowadays on social media, you'll see 10 people just getting at it, you know, on a whole back piece while it's being put under, you know. Actually, Paco Tattoo, he's actually a great artist there at my shop.
I met him. He was there whenever I went over.
Oh, okay, sick. We're about our 10th collab together. I think not to stroke ourselves, but I feel like we've collaborated more than a lot of artists in the Valley for sure.
Could you maybe define for those who don't know what a collab is? Like,
Okay, so the collaborations is pretty much like there'll be 2 artists, for example, me and Paco Tattoo. Paco specializes in gray wash realism. I do true gray realism, so we contrast each other's style pretty good. I feel like the grays with the gray wash, he has such a soft and delicate like skin tones, and then I'll have a more saturated grays in there. So I feel like the delicacy with, you know what I mean, some boldness too. Don't get me wrong, he's bold, just his blacks are in there as well. So I feel like our styles really contrast each other really well together.
Sick.
Yeah.
You think you feel like your kind of work stands out in that particular style?
I think both of us, man. Like
Yeah.
if you were to see one of these pieces, I'll show you here in a little while. They complement each other really well. One doesn't overpower the other,
Pull one up right now.
you know.
We can cut it.
My phone.
We'll cut
Okay.
it. Yeah.
You got my IG?
Yeah.
so it's just you two collaborating on how big of this piece is.
Oh, we'll do like a full outer arm, or I think we've done a full outer arm before. We're actually working on a Viking sleeve right now
Oh, okay.
with him.
Wow.
I tattooed one of these managers he's a banker for Bank of America. He did a piece. He's a big tattoo collector as well. Check this out.
Pull it up right now.
Do you ever see some pieces and you're like, damn, I cannot do that.
You know what? Yes, bro. Yeah, look, check that out. So the grays would be me,
Oh, shit.
and then the gray wash would be Paco. But you see,
What about
how
like the color?
the color was Paco? So you see how we like balance each other out.
Yeah, for audio listeners, it's like 4 different sections of a portrait.
Yeah,
would you say?
so it's like a double glitched face, and it's pretty much the same face, but it's just gridded out by like pretend it's like a Polaroid picture frame, you know.
Yep.
How do you come up with this?
Yeah.
Do they bring you a lot of times? Do they bring you like kind of like crazy ideas and then you'll put your twist on it?
Actually, that project, the client was super open. They're like, I'm down for whatever you guys want.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
I think I told you that. I was like, dude, I want something on my leg, but I just want it fucking badass and just do your shit on it.
Dude, that's whenever you let the artists do their thing, I'm sure just as well as your business, like if you have no direction, like
on a design.
and they just tell you, hey, do whatever you think is right. Whether
It's easier.
you know?
Yeah, it's easier because you could just go and you know what looks good.
Right. You're the professional at the end of the day.
Whenever I remember when I went, I was like, I want like a nature scenery, and I showed you like kind of an example, but you're like fucking scratch that. Like, let me see. And you just put it together like in your own way, and it was just so much better. Like, I'm so glad like you weren't an artist that can just be like, all right, let me see that. I'll put it on you, you know? Like you actually took time to fucking do something custom on me. And that's another thing I know you're known for is like your custom work. Like you're not going to put something super cliche or something that everybody else has.
Right. I feel like it's super saturated nowadays as far as tattoo artists that just do the same thing. There's two things. There's production artists and there's tattoo artists. Like I feel like production artists just copy everything off Google or Pinterest or whatever's out there. And rather than getting 3 references and let's take the water away and let's find another water scene, especially for yours. Let's move these trees out of the way and let's put these bigger ones towards the edges and then downscale them so you can really see the depth in the piece towards the mountains. You know what I mean? I feel like that's really important because what feels good about you potentially walking somewhere and seeing the same freaking piece? You know what I mean? Yeah. That would suck, man. Yeah, definitely.
Do you hand draw these or do you use a software?
So we use a software. I use this software called Procreate. And we'll get like actual photographs. So like actual sequoia photographs. I remember I showed you, right?
Yeah.
A couple of the trees and we would edit them in there and then we'll digitize it and layer it on the skin. And then we will edit the tones in that picture to match the tones in my ink caps that I'm about to use.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it like blocked or?
It's like digital design.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with.
Yeah. So I'm not a professional at digital design, but it's just trial and error for these past 13 years. Yeah, doing it. It's how to put the correct tones next to each other to make things pop, whether it's contrast, solid blacks, texture, smooth fog, you know? So
the people just doing copy and paste work, what do you feel about them? Do you feel like they kind of ruin the whole industry or they have their own place?
I wouldn't really call it an industry.
No?
I would call it more of a culture, man. Because the people that are, I would say people think it's an industry, but to me it's culture. It's like the love for this shit, you know? Like,
yeah.
I don't feel like I'm going to work. You know what I mean? When I tattoo, I'm genuinely like thankful and privileged to tattoo on people because this shit's permanent, you know? And I don't believe it's like an industry, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
agree.
Yeah, it's probably the same thing what you do. You love that shit. And
yeah.
I even see that like you brought koi fish to this client, you know? I thought that was super cool, you know? It's like a surprise, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And you did that extra because you love this, you know?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want the finished product to be the best, you know?
Okay, so to the culture, do you think that the people doing that, it's kind of like ashamed of the culture, people doing copy and paste work? Or do you think they have their own place?
I think they have their own place, man. It's like if you look at tattoo shops, I'm not trying to like bash, but you go to the beach and
Venice.
yeah, and then you see like just the regular tattoos on the wall, right? Like I wouldn't even consider it flash because there's a different meaning between flash and those type of tattoos, you know? You can download an app now that shows millions of designs on this app that are like, okay, like a silhouette of a cat. versus a traditional cat that's been hand drawn on Flash that does not look like nothing that's on Pinterest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, if you see those on the wall, I feel like that's more value to the client because that's a one of one, you know, rather than a silhouette of a cat. Or not bagging on it, but that's the way I feel about it.
Yeah. Well, I guess I can try to compare it to like landscaping. Like sometimes you'll see like a guy that on the weekends he'll do the yards and like he just does it out of his truck, like no license, nothing, just all cash work. And like he just does mowing and doesn't do nothing else. And like he's charging like $20. But like a lot of us, like we hate those kind of people because it's like, dude, it's like you're not doing the right kind of work. Like you're not in it. You're just kind of trying to make a buck on the weekend. Like, do you feel like that with them where you're like, they're not like really passionate about it?
Well, I don't really trip on that because they usually filter themselves out to that category. You know what I mean? I feel like people won't go to him for a project like the way you execute. You know what I mean? You're actually filtering out the people that are not as serious for your job, you know?
Yeah. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what does like a full work day look like for you? Like,
so I wake up around 8:00. I get to the shop by like 9:30. I design, prep my station before the client gets there at 11. I practically already have, based off our inquiries on the email, have a game plan of what I want to see, and then taking the placement in consideration. Are we gonna full sleeve it out later, or is this just the one tattoo he wants to wear forever? You know, so those questions are always like on my mind. Especially I have that on my application on my website. So by the time they get there, I typically don't design everything like beforehand because minds always change our ideas, you know. So sometimes a significant other doesn't approve, you know what I mean, something like that. So it sucks to put like 3-4 hours of design time before and then saying like, you know what, dude, scratch that, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll design it with the client. That way we're on the same page. And sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes it's okay to say, you know what, man, I'm probably not the best artist for you. Here's your deposit back. But let me refer you to somebody that can execute that idea for you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Give us some examples.
So there's a lot of religious pieces that I've worked on along the years. One of them is like the San Judas, you know, no disrespect or anything like that, but I feel like a lot of people are getting it for the wrong reasons, not for the religious reasons, you know, mm-hmm. and that's not the main reason why. The main reason is they want to get the exact same one that's on Pinterest, the same one that the boy posted in Fresno or Bakersfield or whatever. And I feel like, well, why do you come to me then? You know what I mean? Go to the guy in Fresno or go to this. I like your work. All right. Well, if you want me to execute it, let me do my thing on it. Let's get a different perspective of the face. Let's move the hands a little bit, maybe closer. Let's maybe blow it up a lot bigger than just staying inside of the borders. I want to utilize the entire body shape to design this, you know? That way the composition flows with the body muscles rather than it's just like a sticker on me. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Yeah. How often do you have to like readjust or reposition the actual like design?
Well, that's if they already think they know what they want. Because most people, do they kind of like already understand that you're going to put your twist on it?
Yeah. And then there is pushback though, man.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But yeah, pretty much people are dead set on what they want. But like, I want to say 8 times out of 10 people agree with the new modification, you know, with the new render, the design.
Have you ever had someone like just be like unsatisfied completely once you're done?
Once I'm done, you know what, dude? There was one time when I first started though. I did a name here and then a name here. And it said Jordan and Vienna. Screw it, I'm gonna put it out there. Jordan and Vienna. And the guy was super intoxicated.
Damn.
You know what I mean? And for me, it's like I needed bread. So I needed to tackle this. So he wrote it down on a piece of paper. See Jordan. Okay, that's how you spell Jordan. Vienna. It had 3 N's. I'm like, what the heck? And I was like, hey, dude, like, check this out, man. Like, there's 3 N's on this shit. Like,
Yeah.
are you sure that's how you spell it? And he was like, you really don't think I know how to spell my fucking kid's name? I was like, are you serious? Like, all right, dude, whatever. I tattoo it. He gets home and he says, hey, bro, you fucked up.
Damn.
After I had approved it, after all this, you know, and I get him in the next day. I covered up the A of Vienna, and then I made the last N into an A. Some wizard magic right there.
Damn.
So in order to not like make it off balance, I threw a rose behind Jordan too, you know?
Yeah, just to balance it out.
Yeah. And that was just like a life lesson not to get toxic people in, you know?
Yeah. That's another thing. You do a lot of cover up work.
Yeah.
Yeah. How is that? Is it usually something that you know you can tackle, or has there ever been time where you're like, nah, I can't save this?
Dude, there's a lot of times where you have to say no. Sometimes when the tattoos are lifted off the skin, they look like they're 3D.
Yeah.
Or like,
Why do they do that?
because either the artist had such a fast machine and a hard hand. You know, you can only go through 2 layers of the skin whenever you're tattooing. So it's the dermis and the epidermis. You go deeper than that. You go into fatty tissue. So that's when scar central happens.
Dang.
You know? Yeah.
Is that permanent, that lifted part?
Yeah, that's permanent. There's no fixing that. And let's say you go and tackle the cover up, is you're going to be able to see that lifted line. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is these lines will look like this lifted, bro.
Yeah, I've seen.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Looks 3D.
Yeah, it looks like somebody welded on your skin or something, you know?
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen that.
So if like, I don't remember what we did on this one, but whenever you know like they want to continue it, you'll kind of like fade it out.
Yeah, I'll fade it out to nothing, and then I'll leave certain parts open. Like for example, you see the water where it's open right there on the upper half right there.
Right here?
Yeah. So that highlight, we can incorporate it going into the inner piece, into the inner bicep, or like the water down on scaling down towards this way. You can, leaving light sources open will leave you to get that negative going into the flowing into the new piece. You know, you always want to leave open space gaps, not fully enclose it if you're planning to build the entire sleeve.
What if somebody wants to just do like a black arm? What do they call that?
A blackout?
Blackout.
I considered it right here, to be honest, man, because this was like a failed cover up, and this is the reason why I don't trust numbing creams.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
Because I know when I went, you were like, fuck numbing cream.
Yeah. because so my experience, man, after the tattoo, it looked great, but I noticed that the artist that was tackling it, he had a really hard time like packing in the pigment in. And my skin started making like this rubbery sound, man. Like if I was tattooing leather, you know what I mean? It was kind of gross, you know? I was like, I was like, God damn. And then I remember it was all good. The numbing cream worked. But as the healing happened, like it started to scab up really nasty. I started getting like these clear bubbles, like clear pimples, man.
Damn.
And they would pop, and then I would see the pigment gone.
Dang.
Yeah, and it started to distort the entire image.
And that's because of the cream?
That's because of the numbing cream. But that's not, according to some artists, that's never happened to them. They've been really successful with this. But to me, if it isn't,
you just don't want, you don't want anything interfering with the work.
Yeah, especially if these people are traveling from far away and you barely get, you know what I mean, time to get them back in. You got to make sure that you do it to its best. I'd rather session it off and outline the whole thing and shade it in sections, you know?
Speaking of that, who like came the furthest to get a tattoo from you?
We had for that one of the collaborations with me, Baco, and Mario. So it's 3 of us at the shop. We had one from North Carolina, I believe.
Damn.
Earlier on this year, I tattooed a train engineer. He's from Florida. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I want to say like,
that's all off IG.
Yeah, all off Instagram and my website. The website has been a game changer as far as like the tattoo.
And then whenever they're traveling so far, has it ever happened where they have to stay for like more than a day if it's like such a big piece?
Yeah, typically, yes. So I usually recommend like 2 days back to back, especially, I don't know, their pain tolerance, especially like the size of your tattoo, elbow to shoulder. It typically takes me about like maybe a full day and a half day to complete. Just that way, like we can monitor swelling, monitor like set like a game plan, like I'm gonna get from A to B today, and then you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then get the rest done the next day.
Yeah, I know when I went, you were kind of telling me that, like, let's just see how it goes. And then luckily everything went smooth and you just knocked it out in a day.
Yeah.
That was my first piece too. And by the end of it, I was like fucking dead. But luckily, like this, from what I know, like this is this and like the forearm's like the least painful.
Yeah. Once you get into like the inner territory.
Yeah, because that's my next one. It's just go to the back.
Yeah. It shouldn't be too bad, man.
No.
I think just like the inner bicep feels like you're getting tatted on the armpit,
Yeah.
But even though I'm nowhere near, but shoot, I've skipped those out, bro. Paco's gonna get me really soon right here.
All right, guys, quick break. If you found any value in this episode or past episodes, make sure to give us a follow. Thanks for watching.
Now back to the episode.
So,
damn.
yeah.
How many do you have?
How many tattoos?
Yeah.
My entire legs are done. I'll say the arms. I have nothing on my torso or my back. I'm saving that pretty soon. The team at Harder Brass, they're gonna actually all collaborate with all their styles on my chest, and then I'm saving my back for one of the guys, Dan Starr. He's out of Moscow, so I hope to collect from him. He doesn't know it yet, but
What do
if you're
you
watching this, tap in.
what do you tell someone who's never gotten one before? Like in preparation, like they come to you and say, "Oh, I've never gotten one." Like, what do you usually recommend? Or
so I ask them like if they want a big piece or small piece. Let's say if they already booked a big piece with me and I'm trying to just get them comfortable as possible. I got to make sure they eat food, right before the session. That's really important because your endorphins are going to be shot if you don't have anything in your system. Avoid any alcohol days prior. Begin moisturizing days prior. Great sleep. That's all really important, man. And drink lots of water. Yeah, because if I can tell by your skin while tattooing you how red you get if you drink enough water or not.
Damn.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, talking about like IG, do you think you get most of your work from there? Because I know you're big on IG.
On Instagram, I want to say now with the website, I it's probably around 70%.
But where do people find the website?
So yeah, you're right. I Instagram direct links, but most of them don't even have Instagram because they tell me that in the email.
They'll like share it. Somebody will share it with them, or
I believe probably word of mouth.
Yeah, I want to mention this. Like whenever I was getting a tattoo by you, you were telling me like, hey, I think you had already followed me or somehow, or you just maybe followed me after we started talking, but you knew I did landscaping. You're like, dude, you need to do content, dude, content. This was 2023. And I was like, yeah, I know. And then I didn't really know what you were talking about, but now I know.
Dude, you took it to a whole new level.
Dude, like I was like, fuck, this is what Chacon was talking about. Dude. Yeah, it's crazy.
And now you probably see people that you don't even know, and they're like, "Hey, Diego, what's up?"
Yeah.
Hey. I saw a reel that I think it was like a FedEx dude.
Oh yeah.
Like, hey, like I follow you on IG, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shoot, that's an Instagram. I was like, yeah, that's right, dude.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy because I was like, content. I mean, what's the point? Yeah, sure, you're gonna get some views, but like I didn't really realize like what it can open.
Yeah, and I feel like it solidifies like a standing of your business. Like, oh, okay, he's about it,
Yeah. How did you get started? What made you start doing content?
Actually, at that first shop I started at, bro, I was one of the few actually putting my face out there. A lot of what really inspired me is this artist. His name's Sir Twice. He's actually been in my shop before in Lindsay. That was my first shop. And he tattooed my neck. And then he tattooed my leg. He did a mural on my wall.
Tight.
Yeah. So it's like somebody I look up to, you know, and he did a lot of content traveling, and he would go to New York, and he's from Chicago, and he would just go to different states to tattoo these people that just follow him. You know, he would say, "Hey, where do you guys want me to go next?" And he'll have like a poll running on his Instagram, and he'll go to that state.
And so you did something with him, and then that's what kind of got you some traction on IG?
That's what inspired me to start creating content.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I started doing YouTube actually, and I would just time lapse, and I would start getting a lot of negative comments on there, and I'd get some positive, and it's like the negatives, I always took it as like fuel, you know?
It just comes with it, dude.
Yeah. So you can't get mad at that shit.
No. And then, but you just started going. Like, how'd you get like 40,000 followers?
So man, I want to say a lot of it had to do with expos. So expos is like, think of a giant flea market, bro, like a giant swap meet, you know, where there's a bunch of vendors and you get thousands of people walking through there. So you got to make that impression, be like, hey, I need you to follow me right now. I would do like giveaways a lot. I would do, how could I say, expos. The expos, I feel like they're really good for marketing, but it's mainly you get a lot of follows from like other artists and stuff. I want to say the majority of it. A lot of it had to do was as far as the content, but also promoting on social media. So like as far as running boosts and stuff like that at the time.
At the expos, you like pretty much rent out a little spot, and then everyone's just promoting like their personal stuff, or is it
Correct.
is it ever like a brand? Like I know your shop. I mean, sometimes you promote that.
Right.
Is that common?
Yeah.
Like people have like teams or shops.
They do have teams. So also like the sponsors, they'll have like a pro team group. So for example, I'm sponsored by Chacon. It's a needle company. They'll probably ask to be at a specific convention and be like, there'll be a row of like 20 artists from different shops.
Oh shit.
You know, but we're all under like a pro team. You know?
And that sponsorship came just from like your publicity?
From social media, yeah.
And then it's like good stuff you already would have been using?
Correct. Like certain needles, like I really use a lot of their liners. They're really consistent. And also like their promotion. I feel like once I got on their pro team, my followers started going up. Other people that didn't know about me locally or from even out of the state, they started following me and then booking their appointments and stuff like that. But I kind of went off the genre as far as the follower count earlier.
Oh yeah.
I tattooed this artist. He's a rapper. He goes by Big Tone.
Big Tone.
Yeah, man.
From the Bay.
I feel like thanks to that guy, he really put me out there, man. Like a lot of local people here started noticing that with the types of people that I started to work with, and big kudos to that guy, man. You know.
You did work on him?
Yeah, I did 2 sessions already on him.
Tight. Yeah. Who else have you gotten that's pretty famous?
That's pretty much it, man. I'm gonna be honest.
Do you keep up with him? You ever talk to him still? Because I know he came out here like a few months ago.
Yeah, once in a while we'll text like, "Hey, happy birthday," or like, you know, stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. I know he's a busy man. I'm not gonna bug him, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah, like maybe like a dream collab you would want to like maybe tattoo on or someone.
Like on a specific person.
Yeah.
Or, not really, man. Like I mostly like enjoy like just tattooing really cool people that are like, you know, especially like entrepreneurs. Like
yeah, because I can imagine they're gonna sit there for fucking 8-10 hours or whatever. Like you're gonna get to know them. People are probably pretty interesting sometimes.
Yeah, and you get to learn a lot about like their mindset, and you learned a lot too. You know, whether they're 2 different worlds, you get to learn something.
I mean, that's how we know each other. Just because I went in there and then we just followed each other.
Yeah, and you just grab a little piece from that and shit, take it with you. You know, like it's free game.
Yeah. Did you ever see yourself maybe traveling to different states like how you were explaining earlier? Yeah.
So actually in 3 weeks, I'll be going to Utah. Yeah. I'm going to be tattooing. I've been to Utah once. I did a session on the boy Zamora. He's a really dope artist out there. They're from Exodus Tattoo, and I'm tattooing the owner of that shop too. Yeah, I'm gonna be there for 4 days.
Is that your first time going out of state?
No, we've done a lot of expos out of state, especially with Mr. Tattoo 6. He's one of the artists at my shop.
Okay.
Yeah, we've gone a lot to Arizona, Oregon, stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do on that owner of that shop?
He's kind of open, so I think he wants like some cherubs done, but he has like how could it on your skin when it's kind of discolored, like the
Yeah, I know what you mean.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we're just gonna balance it out with a dope piece, bro. Like I'm excited to actually work on that and show people like, hey, this is how you can fix this, because I've never done a piece over that. So
Do you have like in the back of your head, like I want to do this kind of work on one day, like just like a bank of like so many ideas, and then you can kind of bring them to life?
okay, I like tattooing. Well, I haven't done it yet, right? But I want to tattoo things that are surreal, like futuristic surrealism. Like
I feel like I've seen some of that
yeah,
that you've done.
but to a small pinch of it, I don't think I've gotten to the full extent. Like I want to tattoo, like for example, like the inside of a computer motherboard, something like that, and maybe glitch face with like maybe 3 eyes glitched together. I like tattooing a lot of faces too, because I feel like starting the career, it was really scary to tattoo a face on somebody. I felt like it was like one of the most challenging things, and now it's like super fun because you're learning. You never stop learning, but it's just getting more technical and more technical. And how can you set the bar extra,
But do you feel like there's a lot of different styles? Because I know there's people that like specialize in like portraits.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's like you have your own style of like, you think it's that futuristic stuff?
I don't think I don't even know what to call my style, bro. Because
If I were as an outsider, I would say this guy is just the fucking shit at shading. Like you do like badass pieces. Like it's a lot of shading in it, and like I've gone that a lot from mine. Like, dude, that's a lot of shading. Like,
yeah, I think it just makes it look super complex. Things that look really like, oh, how did he do that on skin? And seeing people's reaction is like what motivates you to like do things like that,
Yeah, because I remember I had this idea like probably like 6 months before I went to, and then I showed somebody another like, hey, look, something like this, and he's like, bro, that looks like shit. Like that's just fucking lines. Like you need like shading. And then he I think he showed me your page, and I was like, what the fuck? How is that possible?
Damn, that's crazy, man. That's humbling to hear.
yeah, because you're known for like that true gray stuff.
Yeah.
So talk about that, because that's like something you kind of figured out on your own.
No. I got to give some credit to where it's due. Mr. Reyes out of Arizona, he actually did a cover-up seminar and showed probably a class of 12, including myself, and that's where we got to meet. He uses a combination of black and white and creates different ratios in the caps to create specific tones of gray. So the difference between that versus a gray wash, which would be like a diluted black pigment only diluted with distilled water. So the black with distilled water is more transparent as opposed to the grays. It's more thicker pigment. The thicker pigment has to be applied and saturated. Like the whole thing has to be saturated or else it's not going to stay because it's thick pigment. As opposed to the gray wash, it's a softer touch and you can really build it up. Because it's more watery. So there's 2 different applications to it,
Yeah. You think that's what helps you kind of do that specific type of work?
Yeah, but I've learned the way to make that gray solid to be able to also be gentle with it and stay.
So you feel like even with time, you're just getting even better and figuring out more ways. And
every day, man. Every single day.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like burnt out?
Nah, man.
No, like where you're just like, damn, I'm kind of tired of this.
I think I would have been burnt out, like if I would have been that production artist doing the same shit,
Yeah, but the way you can just let your creative mind just free flow and get more creative, it's always learning, huh?
Yeah, it's always learning. Plus, my clients are really cool with like start thinking. I'll tell them in advance, like get some references that you like, but make sure it's not on my page.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like that makes them like search for some that hasn't been posted on my page yet,
So what are you learning right now, like either business wise or artistically?
So right now I'm learning now, opening this new shop. We just hired another artist, Mossy Tattoos. So he goes by Burglar on Instagram. He's a traditional artist. Uh, so for me, it's like I am busy myself. How can I work on being a better leader to get them busy as well? So right now I got to learn how to properly promote them
and bring work to them.
yeah, I've been trying to tell them, hey, like people know your guys' tattoos, but they don't know who you are. Put your face more on social media. Like start building content, start talking in front of the camera, whether you're comfortable or not, you're gonna get better every single time. You know?
You should do a page for the shop. Or do you like content for the shop?
I do.
Like with everyone.
Correct. Yeah.
Is it-
I think I just been focused on building their personal pages first, where that'll come later once I have a little bit more time. So I'm expecting probably this summer, once I start doing the podcast with the clients, I will have a lot more time. And I've connected with my social media manager. He's out of San Diego. Big shout out to Zeke. He's going to be actually editing and posting my content for me so I could just focus on what I do, you know?
Simple that way.
Yeah.
That's what we do too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't even own a camera or anything. He just shows up, fucking films, and then he'll post it on the scheduled days. So that's pretty. I agree. Like if I had to like pull a camera out and edit it and upload, like, it for sure would like make me not want to keep it up.
Nah, it's hard. You know what I mean? And you already bust your ass, you know, doing these projects. And you know, it's awesome to have a person like you, man. Like it's a major job itself. You know, you spend on a reel, I can imagine you probably spend like 5-6 hours, maybe sometimes 10, you know?
Sometimes it could be like a one shot where I'll just like knock it out like in like a one go, but he still has to put the words together, put it all together, you know, put the right caption. Cause nowadays with the algorithm, dude, it's fucking tricky.
Yeah.
You can have one video blow up and then the same exact video not, just by the way you thumbnail it, the way you hook it, everything.
Right. And also the global times.
Oh yeah.
Have you guys
what have you learned about that? Because we haven't even dived into that.
No. So on your like dashboard manager, you could see like the peak traffics of your
Audience?
Your audience. I look at that. I use a lot of AI tools to tell me what times to post.
Oh damn.
So like I don't know if you guys heard of Grok.
No. Yeah.
It's
no.
It's Elon Musk's AI app. It's not that expensive, man. On like $20-$30 a month.
It's like a chat GPT.
Yeah. But a little bit more advanced in detail, I want to say.
Oh, shit.
I know you can pay extra on ChatGPT, but I just stopped using it because it works over here, you know?
No way. I didn't even know about that.
So if you just take like a couple of screenshots of your reel and upload them on Grok and put it on Expert and say, hey, like, tell me when I should post this. How should I post the story? Like the story within the reel, you know? What types of captions based off this scenery should I choose for more engagement? Should I even tag a location or should I leave it open for global engagement, you know? Which sometimes like that can shoot yourself in the foot if you're trying to book here locally.
Yeah, I've experienced that.
Yeah. So
because you can have something blow up and get a lot of views, but a mí no me sirve because it's like I'm not gonna go freaking travel to Mulan, you know.
Yeah.
They're not gonna come over here. It can happen with you though. I mean, you've just proved it. You know, people fly to you,
right?
But not over here. Like I have to like focus it here.
Yeah, no, and it's that comfort level, but also too, I would like for you to open up your mind and be like, you know what, I'm gonna connect with this other YouTuber that's in out of state, and let's collab on this on this big project, you know, and let's just do it for content because the content's probably gonna pay you more than the job itself, you know.
Yeah, I'm open to that. I'm not strict on this, but yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, but when it comes to cancellations, you know what I mean, and you're trying to book them like today, like if I got canceled, like I'm not gonna be able to fill it because homie in Minnesota is seeing my post, but here in Visalia they're not, you know.
Yeah.
So I've came into those problems where I'm trying to adjust more into the Visalia tag for certain posts, but more global engagement when it comes to promoting the brand, you know.
Have you had some viral reels?
Viral reels, nothing too crazy, bro. They've been probably like at 70K or like
Views?
100K. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
yeah, but nothing like millions, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah,
Yeah, neither have we.
yeah.
I had one on TikTok that got like 1.5 mil or 2.5.
Dang.
But it was before the content. It was before I was doing. It was like some random ass clip of me like pumping some water out of a little tub thing. But yeah, it's hard, dude. It's hard.
Yeah. No, most definitely, bro. And I even just opened up my mind saying I know I'm busy, but I gotta make a TikTok, and I made a TikTok, and I'm starting to get some traction on there. You know, so I think it's some videos are making more views than Instagram right now.
Dang.
Like on there, and I barely have 300 followers on there. You know, so I'm starting.
It's interesting how like the difference in the algorithm and everything.
Yeah. And then you have to post the videos differently. Like you can't just post it on Instagram the same way you're going to post it on TikTok.
And we do. So we might have to change that. What do you suggest would be different?
Just cut the keyframe a little bit. Like just cut it by like a millisecond, bro.
Oh, you're saying like it'll detect that it's coming from Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
If you it'll decode it different. So like if you just did that and then maybe change the caption colors, like but make sure that maybe you probably switch the video clips like
a little, just any little thing. Yeah. Damn. I the previous guest was also saying like TikTok's just pump content out like a motherfucker, and on Instagram it's like a little more like quality stuff.
Yeah. How can I say, like I think Instagram right now, I'm seeing the audience, and the majority is the followers, right, that are seeing these posts, but the Instagram, I feel like only 30 to 20% of my followers see my shit.
Dang.
And
what are we at?
Figure it out.
I don't know. I mean,
I know it's probably like that too. Like it's weird, huh? Like people that are like watching it are like not even your followers.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like, but it's still not as big as attraction as I would say TikTok would be. I'm already seeing like 4,000 views with just 300 followers. That tells you something, you know?
Yeah, there's something there.
Yeah.
Do you find it hard to like know what to upload? Because for me, like we're always like battling back and forth. Because it would be easy if I had my audience that was just landscape business owners. Because I could talk about how I'm pricing it, how I'm making money on it, how to do it faster, like business to business. But that doesn't really help me either. Like I'm looking for customers, so I got to do I got to explain it as if the customer's watching. Right. So I can't talk about numbers or how what tools we're going to use. Like it's more like the outcome, how the finish work, whatever. Do you feel like, is it like that at all with you? Because I know you upload the pieces, yeah. but if you do YouTube stuff, you could talk about like how you're mixing the colors and this and that. Right. And that's like for other artists. But, or do you think even your customers are like interested in that?
I feel like for me, like explaining a lot of my process, I don't feel like it's for everyone right now. Like I really am being selective with who learns that or not. I'm actually gonna be doing a private seminar for the people that expected it at the Visalia Convention Center. Mm-hmm. It got canceled due to some BS, but I actually made it a free course. Instead of being 3 hours, I'm gonna do a full day for them.
Damn.
Yes.
And it's free.
Yeah, it's gonna be free for them. So I just had to make sure they get the refund, from the convention center, and I'm gonna do what's right for them, Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're that's just all you?
Yeah, that's just gonna be me. I'm gonna provide everything. I'm gonna provide the tools. I'm gonna provide the information.
What made you want to do that?
Just because I'm a really good teacher, man. I believe I'm a good teacher.
And you like teaching?
Yeah, I like teaching the team new things, bounce new ideas. I like to also like at my shop, we're pretty brutal with each other, man. Like we accept constructive criticism pretty good. We would never do it in front of a client, but we can easily say, "Hey, bro, take a break real quick. Let's go to the store real quick," and go talk over there while we walk. You know what I mean? Say, "Hey, Paco, Mario, Mossy, Like, I think it needs a little bit more black here. Or I think that design now needs something in the background and needs to be blown up to go with the composition of the arm, the leg, vice versa.
And they're open to it.
Yeah. And then I expect them to do it to me. You know what I mean? Because they maybe see something that I don't see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Those guys can do things that I can't do.
Yeah.
So I expect them to do the same thing. You know, I don't want to just hear, good job, man. That looks cool.
Yeah.
There's no growth there, you know?
Yeah, you want to build a proper team.
Yeah. And I think like having that criticism with them has really like I really like to teach, you know, plain simple. So these artists that signed up for the expo, for the seminar, I feel like they're ready for the grays. And then now they can take it within their own style and apply that gray. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be my style.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because I would have imagined like, oh, you want to like freaking keep it exclusive or like charge for it, but you're like wide open to it. That's awesome. That's kind of how I am too. Like I wouldn't want to gatekeep.
Yeah, like what I'm saying is, I am gonna gatekeep, but at the same time, I'm not.
For the people that are like serious,
Yeah,
and that you know can like actually use it.
Right. I'm not gonna put it out there for social media to use it. Just the people that I interact with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That I actually meet in person. That I feel like they want this shit. Because it took me 13 years to figure this shit out, and for me to just.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they come for you for a specific look.
Yeah.
You know.
What makes you want to do it for free? Because that's easy to make money on it. People would pay for that a lot for that shit.
I can get $2,300 off of each student, but I'm not, bro. Because at the expo there was this little issue where they decided to cancel the conference room, and I said because I only sold like 2-3 tickets online. But I had 15, 18 people ready to go pay cash at the door. And it was like $300 or something like that, which I was like just doing it to like help the expo out, you know? But I wanted to get my own conference room. They said, nah, chales. And I'm like, shit, I got the feria, you know? Like, let's get it, you know? I just don't want to let these people down. And I you know what? I just said, all right, just make sure you refund every single person. And then I'm going to reach out. And I believe I made a reel, bro. And people showed a lot of love on there. So I signed up all 16 artists ready to go. Boom. And it's completely free.
When is that happening?
That is on the 22nd next month.
February?
Yeah. Yeah. And there's going to be plenty of content for that.
Tight.
Yeah.
Excited for it?
Yeah, man. It's going to be my first like large group one. Because I've done a seminar actually in Utah, which is one of the artists that I'll be tattooing out there.
Mm-hmm.
He actually specializes in that as well now. We both took the same course too in Arizona.
Oh, wow.
But he took my seminar because I had like a bluish hue to it. It's not just gray. It has like a bluish, like cooler tones in there. So I feel like that's what separated it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to deep dive into it, and he wants to collect some more. So we're going to get it.
Sick. If you were to look back and maybe have some moments like you would want to tell yourself, like your younger self, what would you say?
I would say save your money, dude. You know what I mean? Because, man, like once I started becoming like known around here, I would just say like, you know, blew my money. Like I was like, yeah, let's go drink or whatever, you know, and just say, I'm going to make that money tomorrow, you know, and that wasn't right. Like I feel like I needed to tax myself, tax myself every day, save, you know, invest in something early on, save. There was a lot of opportunities for me to like invest in Bitcoin and stuff like that. I didn't pay attention, you know, at like 75 cents a pop, you know.
Damn.
And
well, the good thing is you have your eyes open now.
Yeah,
because there's people that won't that won't, you know, their entire life.
Yeah, and it's like even down to like the LLCs or looking up into the trusts and stuff like that. Charity trusts. There's a lot of loops that you can learn, you know. I'm still learning all that stuff. And
how are you learning a lot of that stuff right now?
So right now, there's quite a few contacts. Like there's this guy when it comes to crypto, any like foreign exchange and stuff like that. I actually buy car parts from him, man.
Oh, tight.
Yeah, shout out to him. And he's in LA. And also life insurance stuff. My boy G Money, he's out of he was stationed out there, or is it in? I think it's in Oregon or Washington. I can't remember.
And you have some real estate?
No.
No.
I rent right now, bro. Yeah, I feel
I
like
don't know where. I think so. I feel like somebody told me in like Mexico or something.
Oh, in Mexico, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. In Mexico, yes, but not here. Yeah. Right now, I'm renting here. I feel like the interest rates are insane. And I feel like I got to hold to some like wiggle room bread, especially for these times, bro. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'd rather probably invest in other things right now until that drops and I can make the moves using this other side business, to be able to fund that.
How'd you figure out the finances behind tattooing? Like, how do you know what to charge?
So I felt like, okay, I started at full day rates. So I was charging by hour. I remember like $150 an hour at the time. Went to 200 at the time, and then started going at 300, 350, and I was still getting booked. So I was like, okay, I'm going to start funneling out the people that are not as serious. And if you're too busy, your prices should go up, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I cranked it up a notch and I said, you know what? My full days are going to be 1,000. I started seeing a decrease of bookings, but I said, nah, I'm going to keep it there, I started just like making sure that piece looks like $1,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And most importantly, the way it heals. And once you solidify that and they see a product they can't get just at any shop, that's when that price is valid, So once that became too busy, I cranked it up. And that's how I've been doing it, man.
Yeah, the demand is there for sure.
Yeah, I'm super thankful, man. I never would have thought like making, above $2,000 a day for a tattoo was possible, until like you bring a different flavor. And man, it's stressful, man. Like tattooing is pretty like, believe it or not, it's a lot of hard work, like you're genuinely like,
yeah, you're an artist. You're a legit artist too. Like nobody could do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So if they know they want that kind of piece, I mean, they're going to pay it.
Yeah, bro. No one, shit, even yard work, bro. Like, shit, I'm struggling while I see these fuckers do it in 2 hours. I'm there all day, bro. Like,
yeah. But it's different because they can hire so many different guys. As far as like mowing, they can hire a lot of different companies and they'll get the job done pretty similarly. But it's not like that with tattoo. It's very, very custom. Very custom and permanent for life, dude. Yeah, like you get nowhere near comparable.
Yeah, no, I get it, man.
Paco told me, he's like, bro, you're gonna take this shit to the grave. You ain't gonna, all the money you accumulate in your lifetime, all the materials goes to shit. The only thing you take to the fucking grave is your tattoo.
Yep.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I still remember that. See, that's another thing. The experience that I had when I went over there was badass, dude. Like I loved it. Like I don't, if I picture myself getting another tattoo, which I am, like I just know I already know where I'm gonna go,
Yeah, you're in good hands no matter who touches you in there, man. Like it's they all have the same mindset. They all want to grow. They're all hungry. And you gotta have that same fire since day one, bro. Or else is you'll be able to tell off the artist whether they want to mess with you or not,
Yeah. Any goals for 2026? Where do you want to kind of direct the business?
I want to do a lot more collaborations with the team, but now having a traditional artist in the shop, I definitely want to include that element into realism too. So like a mixture of both, all four styles together. I plan to travel more with the team. I plan to do more content with the team, more podcasts with them and with our clients. I want them to, all of them, get that same exposure that I've gotten and get better opportunities, like eventually build them to get their own businesses, one day. I want everybody to win, bro.
They're big on that, huh? Entrepreneurship, people being entrepreneurs.
Yeah, like we can't tattoo forever, bro. So we gotta start laying down our future, like for our kids, for whoever your parents, you know. Like I want to retire fully my parents, so they don't have to worry about work, you know, one day. Like that's one of my goals too.
Cool.
Do you ever want to venture out into maybe not tattooing, like maybe another, like what would you do?
I think I would get like we talked about earlier, like with the real estate, you know.
Okay.
But I'm learning. I'm trying to learn into doing it with other people's money, you know.
Yeah.
So that's where the key point is, where you don't have to come up with a lot of capital, like personal capital or like tattooing capital, you know. I like keeping reserves, bro. You know.
Alrighty, well, thank you for coming on. I know your time's valuable.
Nah, man, I appreciate it.
Very valuable. And we have this project going on, doing this podcast, so appreciate your support.
Yeah, thank you.
No, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate that, man. Oh, sorry. Peace.
And that concludes this episode. If you guys found any value in that episode, please go ahead and show some support. Follow us or like this on whatever platform you're watching this on. We do this for completely free, so all we ask is for you guys to show support so we can continue to bring on better guests and better content.
Peace.